Hey Libra, we are going to be doing your reading, so we're just going to get right into it and see what is going on for you guys, Libra. Whoa, Six of Cups. And what's this? The Six of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like you're returning something that maybe you borrowed or something like that, or there, I don't know, something like that. So let's see what's going on. Libra. Okay, let's let's see. I'm like, why do I feel, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. There's the Death card. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's see. You guys have the Strength card, and this is showing up for your energy for the week. So I think there is something that you are, I want to say maybe rushing to get something done, or there might be a sense of like needing like to push yourself to finish something, that kind of stuff, okay? I don't know if it's finishing something. I kind of feel like it is some sort of completion energy here, okay? There might also be a situation here where you're just like putting on a brave face for something, that kind of thing. So, all right, you have the Ten of Wands, and this is showing up in the area of your feelings here. So yeah, I do feel like there's either feeling like there's too much pressure or there's too much stuff maybe like stacked against you, that kind of stuff. And I do understand something about you feel, okay, there's a level of like going home or returning home to something, or wanting to bring something home with you, that kind of stuff, okay? That's what I feel like you're like feeling that energy. It might even be like you're feeling like, I just want to go home, like this is too much, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, I even understand possibly being like, you know what, I'm just gonna like pretend this is like a work situation. Like maybe it's like, I'm just going to bring this work home with me. I'll finish it there, that kind of stuff. Okay. That might be something that's going on. All right. I also do understand having this like feeling of like wanting to get something off of your chest, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe even wanting to ask like for help to like kind of delegate certain things, or to be like, hey, can you take care of this responsibility, that kind of stuff. You know, that might be something that you're feeling. I'll also say this could be like the burdens of like other people, or like other people's like emotional stuff, or maybe like your own emotional, whatever the heck is going on, that kind of stuff. That just might be something that you're like feeling, that, you know, that kind of stuff. All right. Well, I just heard swimming with the fishes, so that's pretty wild. That is wild. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so Libra, this is the second time I'm going into your reading, because the first time I did, it was really, really specific, like overly specific, that kind of thing. And also the stuff that was coming out was like a little bit like, I was like, this is not a, this is a private reading. That's what it felt like. So I just like restarted it. So, all right, let's see. You guys have the Lovers card, and this is showing up in your environment. So I do wonder if there's maybe, for some of you guys, maybe this is an actual lover. Do you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that maybe this is like a romantic partner, that kind of thing. All right. That could be possibly something that is happening around you. And I also wonder if there's something that you're like, I've already made this decision. I've already made this decision, and there might be a feeling of like, I have to complete this, or this, they're like, I've already made this decision, like I've got to like carry through with whatever this is. Something about that, okay? That's kind of what I'm understanding here. All right. There's a feeling of like not being lonely, I want to say, or that's like the message that I'm getting is like to like, okay, not be lonely, right? So we can't really say that to somebody, because that's, you know, that's like a personal type of thing. But I think I more so mean like you're not alone in whatever you're doing here. There's an energy of you're not alone through whatever this is, okay? That kind of thing. So, all right. There's kind of a lot coming off of your reading, so I wonder if this is going to be, it's probably going to be like, I don't know, kind of chaotic, I feel like, because there's a lot going on here, right? I'm also getting something about possibly feeling like, again, like maybe like a confession energy, or being like, I have to like drop these burdens eventually, that kind of stuff. I wonder if you feel like you've been like holding back for too long, you know, that kind of stuff. And it might be like, I'm at capacity, like that I'm going to blow, like that kind of thing, all right? That could certainly be something. So you have the Two of Pentacles. This is showing up as your goal. So I think that you're just wanting some type of balance, some type of like evenness. And I do think there's an energy of, again, just wanting to have things like, yeah, more even, so that you're not feeling like, okay, wow, 10 of Wands, like I'm almost like burnt out, like, oh, this is too much, that kind of stuff. The Two of Pentacles is like that energy of like kind of balancing that, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe even like time, management in some sense, like taking care of one thing and then being like, yep, okay, that's done. I'm going to move on to this thing, whatever it is. All right. That's what I'm feeling. All right. You also might be trying to like, or wanting to kind of like give something attention, like equally, you know, like an equal, like I'm putting attention, time, energy into this thing and also this thing, you know, that kind of stuff. That's kind of what I'm feeling, especially there might be something in your environment that requires like a certain level of like homeostasis or something that needs to be like very much like balanced out in some capacity. Some of you guys might have, I don't know, I'm getting that double energy. I know it happens all the time. It's like a super literal like interpretation, but there might be like two different things that you're taking care of or something. So, all right, you have the Star card, and this is showing up for a possible challenge here. So, I really do feel like there's something here that you're feeling. I want to say like a lot of like your own energy and other people's energy, okay? That kind of stuff. Like this Star card showing up as in challenge position, this really does make me feel of like that feeling of like, okay, like I feel all of the energy, or I feel like the weight of the world, or like something like that. Like, you know what, this is, okay, interesting. I just brought this up the other day to somebody, but this Star card, like, you know those people who can like hear electricity? I Googled it and Google said that no, you can't, but it's like, I'll fight you, Google, because actually, yes, I can. Like that kind of thing. So that's what I kind of mean about like feeling like the world, like feeling like all of like the circles of society, or like all the people around you, situations around you, that kind of stuff. I'm wondering if there's this feeling of like, I can't help everybody, or like, I can't, like, I need to feel better about this, but there might be a particular thing that like emotionally is like weighing you down or bogging you down, you know, that kind of thing. That could certainly be it. So I will also say there might be a question of like faithfulness to some process or a person or something like that. So, all right, for your opportunity, you guys have the Two of Wands here. So I feel like there's an opportunity to possibly start like maybe making plans for what it is whenever this Ten of Wands is complete, you know, whenever this thing is kind of like wrapped up, that kind of stuff. Sometimes the Ten of Wands gives me like a full moon type of energy, that kind of stuff. Okay, things kind of like coming to a head, that type of situation. So if maybe you're feeling the energy of that, all right, that kind of thing, then I wonder if this opportunity again is like, hey, after this is all complete, that kind of stuff, like make like a real particular like choice with something, like which direction do you want to go in, or which thing do you want to choose, that kind of stuff. Okay, but I do feel like it takes maybe a little bit of like pushing yourself a bit, or, you know, kind of seeing like, okay, there's more out there, or there's more to this story, or something like that. So, all right, Libra, let's see what else we can get for you guys. Libra. I also wonder if maybe there's somebody around you who's maybe like, I don't really agree with that decision, or that there could be a better fit for something, or something like that. Okay, that could also be something here. All right, if that's the case, I wonder if you're maybe like kind of holding back on that in some sense, you know, like I wonder if you're appearing like, okay, yes, I'm holding back on that, but emotionally it might be this feeling of like, again, kind of like weighed down, or feeling like overwhelmed, or like burnt out. But it's like, I don't know, whatever this is, I feel like you're like, yeah, but I still need to complete it, or you know, that kind of thing, like not giving up on something. So, all right, let's see. I am getting like this guilt type of reference here, okay, with that Ten of Wands, like feeling like guilty about something. I just don't know what it is, okay? I don't know what that particularly is, but I am understanding that. That came out in one of the earth sign readings. I don't remember which one, but I know there was like an energy of that. So, all right, let's see. Okay, so with the Strength card, you guys have the Three of Wands here. So yeah, this feels like maybe being extremely patient. That could certainly be part of it. Maybe there's something that you're like, I need to be really patient with this, or I am being really patient with this, that kind of stuff. Maybe waiting for a response, or waiting to, maybe waiting for something to be like delivered to you, or this is something about like, like you're ready to push forward on something, or you're ready to expand in some particular way, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's kind of what I'm understanding, you know. But I do feel like there's this energy of like needing to either use actual strength with, like physical strength with something, or there is maybe something that you're like, I'm going to put strength, more power, whatever it is, like into something, maybe in like an endurance type of way, because you could be like, you know what, I want to expand on this. I want this to like get larger, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Okay, that could also be something. So, all right. Also, I will say on this Three of Wands, it says Lord of Established Strength, and then you do have the Strength card. So, kind of interesting, or I mean, very interesting. So, all right. For the area of your feelings, you guys have the Ten of Wands with the Ten of Cups. You guys might be like number people, okay? You might just like, numbers might pop out to you, or they might have like a significance, or maybe you're seeing the same number a whole bunch, you know, that kind of stuff. I love number people. I friggin' love them, you know? All right, so anyway, so okay, you have the 10 of Wands, and then with the 10 of Cups here for the area of your feelings. I'm telling you, this 10 of Wands, yes, maybe there's like, I'm bogged down. I feel burdened. I feel the weight of the world, this, that, the other. There's so much going on. I'm overwhelmed. I'm friggin' exhausted. Whatever the heck it is, I'll tell you something. I do not think that you're in the energy of being like, and we're stopping. Okay, I don't think so. This 10 of Cups here, it's like you're very well aware that completing something is going to be like, yeah, that was difficult, but oh my God, thank the Lord, I like finished. Thank the Lord, I concluded this thing. And I am also understanding the idea of being like, all right, I have to do this thing. It's a responsibility. Maybe I'm feeling a little, again, like bogged down or whatever the heck it is, but it's almost like you're feeling like, yeah, but when I get home, oh man, it's going to be friggin' awesome. Like it's going to feel so good. Like, you know, when you're really tired and you get into bed and it's just like, this is awesome. That's me every night, but you know what I'm saying? There's something like that. So, all right. And I will also say, those of you who are like really, really empathic, that is not surprising at all that you might want to be like, I'm going home, there's way too much energy here, or I'm immediately overwhelmed, or like my social battery is this long, and when it's done, it's done, that kind of stuff. Again, I can relate to that completely, okay, Libra? All right, I do have a good amount of Libra placements. Side note. So, all right, so you guys have the Lovers card, and then you have it with the Ace of Cups, and this is showing up in the energy around you. So yeah, for some of you guys, it totally could be like a romantic partner, that kind of stuff. Okay, maybe someone who's like cheering you on, or someone who's just like, you know what, like two peas in a pod, something about that. Okay, that's kind of what I'm understanding. And I also think that if this is a reference to like possibly like a decision of some sort, then I wonder if what's going on is you might have a decision that is emotionally charged, okay, or you know, yeah, or something maybe you're feeling like is out of balance emotionally, or something about that, okay, in the area of your feelings, or even like maybe I don't really think intuitively, I'm not picking up that. It more so feels like maybe I don't know, again, feeling like you have to make a decision, but there might be this like energy of like, yeah, but I don't want to make an emotionally charged one, or you know what I'm saying? Something about that, okay? So again, that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like there's going to be like a whole bunch of different storylines in your reading here. All right, so with the Two of Pentacles, you guys have the Six of Cups here showing up for your goal. So yeah, I feel like there's something, like in the past, it feels like there's been something here that you either like, we're able to share a specific connection with someone, or a specific like story, or part of yourself, or something like that with somebody, or maybe you returned back to something that like really felt like right, or you know, whatever the heck it is, maybe reviewing something, whatever the heck it is here. But I also feel like there's this energy of possibly you being maybe really generous to some situation, maybe saying yes when maybe you were like, God, I should have said no to that. Like, I already have a lot of stuff going on, that kind of situation. And I feel like now your goal is to, again, balance that out, to like have maybe more free time to do, I don't know, to do something, or just to balance out something that maybe you're feeling like something in the past needs to be rectified, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Something regarding that. All right, some of you guys might even have possibly gone through like childhood memories or something like that in the past. And I wonder if your goal now is to, again, kind of just like balance that out, or just kind of be like, okay, like these things can like work in unison or something, something about that. Okay. That kind of stuff. Also, side note, this card makes me think of that 6-7 business, doesn't it? Like, you know, I don't know, that just felt like saying that. So, okay. All right, so you guys have the 5 of Pentacles, and this is showing up as the action to take here. So yeah, if we've been like over giving to some situation in the past, or kind of maybe like overly generous in some capacity or something about that, then I do feel like there's this energy of like, hey, make sure that you're not like giving out more than you can. And also like there might be this feeling where you're like, God, I want to help everybody, that kind of thing. And maybe that's not exactly possible right now. Okay. Could be. And I also think that there is an energy of like maybe asking a particular person for help, being like, hey, can you help out in this way? Or, you know, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff, you know, that is what I'm feeling. It feels like you just want to strike some sort of balance, so that maybe like you're not having to do something all the time or whatever the heck it is. You know what I'm saying? I am getting that like time management or evening something out, evening the playing field, that kind of thing. All right. So you have the Ace of Wands with this 5 of Pentacles here. So I feel like there's either a level of urgency or somebody who maybe is motivated. Okay, this might bring in some sense of motivation to help out in some capacity. Like, okay, so here's what I'm kind of feeling. You know how sometimes or oftentimes it is so much easier to help somebody else than it is to help yourself? Like if one of, I don't know, if somebody was like, oh, I need to make this phone call. Can you make it for me? I'd be like, oh my God, yeah. But like, if I have to make a phone call for myself, that's just never going to happen. Like it's going to stay on my to-do list until the end of time, you know? So there's like this weird thing where it's like, or someone's like, oh, can you come like help organize my house? It's like, oh yeah, totally. I got you. And I'll be able to like focus and like all that kind of stuff. But like, you don't do it for yourself. I'm kind of getting something like that. Okay. Something about that. So, all right. What to avoid, you guys have the 4 of Cups. So I kind of feel like this is avoiding being like, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter anyway, blah, blah, blah. Like kind of being like very like apathetic towards something, that kind of stuff. I feel like this is more like, hey, don't, you know, this isn't the time to like totally like tap out on something, or just to be like, whatever, I don't even care anymore, that kind of stuff. It feels like it's like, no, you can definitely ask somebody else to help out in some way here, okay? And I'll also tell you another thing, there might be somebody around you who's like, yeah, I've been feeling that energy for a hot minute now, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. You have the Last Judgment, or I'm sorry, you have the Star card, and then you have it with the Last Judgment here showing up for your challenge. So yeah, this, okay. I feel like in the past there's been a decision, like kind of like we've been saying, a decision, something like that, that I don't know if you weren't into that decision, or there was like, I don't know, I really want to say like a bad judgment call, or maybe even somebody who was not taking accountability on something, okay, possibly an Aquarius person, maybe there was a little bit of that going on, and I feel like now is the energy of having the challenge of needing to like heal through that, and again, having this, it's almost like for some of you guys, maybe there was like a massive spiritual awakening, or like energetic awakening, whatever the heck you want to call it, okay? You use whatever label you want to, but like some type of like, I can't see the world the same way anymore, whatever the heck it is, or like a reemergence of something that like you kind of like closed that box a while ago, that kind of stuff. I feel like maybe it has been like some type of awakening, and I do wonder if the challenge now is like, I feel all of the energy, or I feel like I'm like hyper aware of something in some sense, that kind of thing. And I wonder if there's this feeling of like, I don't know if this is gonna work out, or I don't know like how to like heal this particular thing, that kind of stuff, okay? I'm also getting a reference of like energy healing, or like Reiki, that kind of stuff, showing up for like the possible challenge, all right? Okay. I'm also wondering if you're feeling like, did that just make this worse, or did that make it better? You know, whatever this is, like, you know, there's like a feeling of that. It's like, was that actually helpful, or was that not helpful at all? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that's in relation to, but I'm picking up some type of energy like that. So you have the 6 of Wands, and it's reversed, showing up for the action to take here. So, I wonder if this is doing something in like kind of a subdued way, like not being like overly obvious about something, but maybe showing up in like a more, again, like a more of a subdued way in some sense, okay, that kind of stuff. I also wonder if this is maybe the energy of like not, expecting a certain victory or not expecting a certain like, I don't know, for somebody to like help out in a certain way, or not to expect like to win a particular thing, maybe going into something just like because that's what it is, or you have a responsibility to do that, or whatever the heck it is. All right, that kind of thing. That certainly could be part of it. I also wonder if maybe the action to take for some of you guys is to simply not show up to a particular thing, you know, especially if you're feeling like completely overwhelmed by something or whatever the heck it is, or like double booked in some sense. Okay, could be something there where it's like, I'm even getting like giving somebody else a turn, being like, you know what, I'm not going to take this win, you take this one, like you do this one, or you demonstrate this thing, that kind of thing. All right, I'm understanding that. It's like, all right, I'm tapping out, you tap in, you do it, you know, that kind of thing. All right. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands. What am I talking about? Yeah, okay, correct. You have the Five of Wands, and this is showing up as what this reverse Six of Wands is going to bring in. So I feel like it's going to bring, I want to say, some pep in someone's step here, okay? That kind of stuff. And I also want to say kind of like shaking up the energy in possibly a good way. This might be like kind of, all right, don't get mad at me, but I'm almost understanding something about like possibly something prior to like a tower moment, okay? That kind of stuff, like moving the energy, shaking up the energy, that kind of stuff, so that maybe there is an opportunity for something to really like change, or really kind of like addressing something that maybe needed to be kind of addressed a while ago, that kind of stuff. And I will say that that energy is definitely being felt by like more than just you know what I'm saying? There's definitely that feeling here. All right, so you have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So yeah, I would say avoid feeling like you need to do every single thing by yourself. Like it almost feels like a form of punishment, you know, being like, actually, you know what it feels like? It feels like the friggin' Hanged Man, man. That's really what this feels like. All right, that kind of situation. So, okay. So, yes, I do think that there is should be maybe again an avoidance of over giving to some situation, or thinking that it's up to you to like totally like over give to whatever the heck this is, that kind of stuff. Okay, you know, that type of situation. I will also say, for those of you who are like really obsessed with like your work or your job or whatever the heck it is, this could be that it's like, hey, avoid working so much that it's not like fun anymore. You know, that kind of stuff. Okay, does feel like you're kind of like overwhelmed, but it's like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that kind of stuff. All right, so let's see. With the Two of Wands, you guys have the Hierophant here showing up for your opportunity. So I think that there was something that you kind of like went with your, I want to say your gut or your belief system, which is, you know, a little different, but I think that there's maybe something that happened like that in the past energy here. And I feel like right now it's like, okay, well, let's expand in a way, or let's kind of go down the path that we haven't explored, or let's kind of do the thing that is like, that, you know, the thing that we don't always do, or the thing that's like, you know, going against like the status quo, going against like, you know, what the path that everybody would take, that kind of stuff. It actually feels like that poem, I'm not going to say it right, it's fine. The Road Less Taken, that's not it. I don't know. I think it's a Robert Frost situation. All right, so I don't know, something about that, okay? But that's what I'm understanding with this opportunity. It's like, okay, you already went in that direction, like you already kind of like did that. Now it's time to or you have the opportunity anyway to kind of like explore in a different way, or, you know, kind of like make moves in something that's like new, or something that is like again, going against what you typically would do, you know, that kind of stuff. I think you have an opportunity to land on something here, to discover something of some sort here. But again, I feel like it's going to involve doing something a little bit different, doing something that it's like breaking you out of like where you would feel like comfortable, or an energy of being like, there's got to be more to this, or there's you know, it doesn't just end here. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So, all right. For the action to take, you guys have the Six of Pentacles here. You have a good amount of sixes and fives, I'll tell you that right now. Sixes and fives, okay, kind of a lot. So, all right, okay. Maybe 11 is a number that you guys like a lot, or November possibly, maybe January 1st. All right, so Six of Pentacles, this is showing up for the action to take for this. So yes, Six of Pentacles, that's what I'm saying. It's like if something if you've tried something in the past, okay, if it worked, I would say go ahead and like continue doing that. But I also get this I was gonna say sensation, this feeling of needing to, or having the opportunity anyway, to like venture off on something new. But I feel like there needs to be, God, this is like so friggin' hard to explain, and I really don't know why. And that might be part of this, is like this whole 10 of Wands with the 10 of Cups business. It's like you have something to say or something to get off your chest, but I feel like you're maybe thinking about like how it's going to be received, or I don't know, or how it's going to like make the vibe feel after, or I don't know, something like that. All right, that kind of thing. I don't really know what to say about this Six of Pentacles here for the action to take. You know, I'm like, what do you want them to do? So let's clarify that. Six of Pentacles. I mean, it's almost like you've tried one avenue, or you've tried one thing, and now it's like go to the other thing, try something different, or put your energy into a different basket, you know, that kind of stuff. I actually feel like, I don't even know if we need to clarify, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, Knight of Swords. So yeah, I mean, it's like kind of, yeah. So it says Lord of the Winds and Breezes. So that's what I'm saying. It's like the wind blew that way. You know, you kind of tried that thing, and now it's like, all right, kind of go where the other the other direction of the wind. That kind of stuff. All right, that's kind of what I'm understanding here. Maybe there's a feeling of like needing to maybe think quickly, or having to maybe convince somebody along the way, like, no, let's go this way, let's try this thing, or let's like invest into this particular, you know, whatever the heck it is, that kind of thing. So, all right, you have the Five of Swords, and this is showing up for what this is going to bring in. So yes, I do feel like this is, okay, there might be some level of like competition here, but what I'm mostly getting is like a play on like words, or like something like that, kind of like using, I don't know if this is like a scavenger hunt, like I'm almost getting something like that, but it's like needing to kind of being okay with like getting your point across, or like convincing somebody of something, but I feel like it's for a good reason. I don't know, there's something about that. Okay, it might be like, hey, this thing has like been like there's no way to win on this. It's almost like reaching a dead end and then being like, we have to go the other way. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. So, all right, what to avoid? You guys have the Seven of Swords here. So, okay, I would say avoid, you know, kind of lying about something. And what I would also avoid is if there's this thing where you're like maybe questioning, like, should I show up to it? Should I not? I would say don't like lie about it. You just like be honest for why you are showing up, not showing up, that kind of stuff. Okay, that's kind of what I'm understanding. That type of thing. You know, there's like no smoke and mirrors, no like white lies, like nothing like that, just like being friggin' honest, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so that's what I have for you guys, Libra. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you could check your other placements, and I'll see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.